Hey guys, sorry I couldn't be there, but we are still going to learn dividing monomials and dividing a polynomial by a monomial. So remember, this means students will be able to, so by the end of class today, you should be able to do those two things. So in this first example, this should look fairly familiar from your past. What we need to do is divide 5x cubed and divide it by 5x. So all we do is we look here, we take the 5 and divide it by 5, and we get a 1. And the x cubed divided by the x, you have to remember that there's an exponent of 1 there, and we simply subtract the exponents. So we do 3 minus 1 equals 2, so x squared. Remember, if we take this over to the side here, x cubed on the top would look like this, and x on the bottom would look like this. So then we simply eliminate a matching set, and we're left with 2 in the top. So that's why the answer is just simply x squared. And then, if we want to write our actual procedure down, we simply divide the numbers, and that's a nice way of saying, or an easy way of saying, the coefficients, and subtract the exponents. Alright, so going on to the next example, next two examples. If you would take a second, pause it right here, try these out, and then I'll go through the answers. So when we do this, we divide here, 49 divided by 7, that's 7. X divided by x, remember in the first example, we had an x over an x, they just canceled each other out, or they reduced to a 1. And then this is x cubed here, divided by x to the first, so, or y cubed divided by y to the first, and that would leave us with y squared. So here, everything on the top is exactly the same as everything on the bottom. So anytime you divide anything by itself, you get a fantastic 1. Awesome. So if we want to just take that to polynomials, it's just like we have 3 separate problems in one. So we simply divide these two, and those two, and write the answers out with their signs. So sometimes we call this loops, because if we do this, these are the problems that we do. Call it loops. Just to have a nice reminder. I don't like all those loops, so I'm just going to delete that. Okay. Give me a second. All right. So here, when we divide x cubed, 5x cubed divided by 5x. Interestingly enough, that was the exact problem that we did exactly first. So we do this, the 5's cancel themselves out, 3 minus 1 is 2. The next one, we do negative 10x squared divided by 5x. When we divide here, negative 10 divided by 5 is negative 2, and 2 minus 1 is 1. And you don't have to write the 1 there if you don't want to, but it's not wrong if you do. And then finally we do 5x divided by 5x, and we just said anything divided by itself is 1, and the 1 must be written there. That's it. So if you had pause and then and do these on your own, and then we'll go over them when you're done. Alright, so to do this one, which should of course be example number 1, divide each one by the denominator. So 30m to the 5th n cubed, we're dividing that by 6mn. Okay, if you don't want to write this step down, that's fine. If you can just do it in one step, perfectly acceptable. So it's 5m to the 4th n squared, because remember, Each of those have a 1 on the top. And then negative 12m cubed n squared divided by 6mn. Negative 12 divided by 6 is negative 2. 3 minus 1 is 2. And 2 minus 1 is 1. And then the last one, negative 24 mn over 6mn. Negative 24 divided by 6 is a negative 4. The n's are the same. The n's are the same. If you want to think about it, 1 minus 1 is 0. So m is gone. You're just left with that as an answer. And then finally the last one here. Same thing. 12m cubed n squared divided by 4mn. Divide the numbers. 3. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Here we are. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. And we keep going. Negative 16m squared n over 4mn. Negative 16 divided by 4 is a negative 4. 2 minus 1 is 1. Again, you don't need that 1 if you don't want it. And 1 minus 1 is 0, so that goes away. Finally, negative 4mn divided by 4mn. Anything divided by itself is 1, so minus 1. There's your answer. Now take your classwork, try that out. We'll check it tomorrow in class. Have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow.